What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video. YUTA is now live. Now, of course, I did want to actually record some summons for you guys, but look, I was so impatient, and I pretty much pulled when the banner dropped, and like, yeah, look, it was a weird scenario for me because I got pretty wrecked in terms of me getting YUTA. I had to go all the way to the pity to get this guy. However, along the way, I actually picked up a bunch of good stuff. Specifically, the one I was most looking forward to was this right here. I never had this, and I was finally able to pull this, the non-standard recollection bit, one of the best recollection bits in the game. So, really happy I got that. Of course, I used some universal dupes to get that up to level 3. I also picked up an additional dupe for my Gojo, so he's now at level 4, Limburg 4, which is crazy. I picked up a bunch of other good recollection bits, such as this, which I didn't have. This is another one of the best in the game. Great for, you know, charging your ult gauge as fast as possible. So yeah, I mean, we've got this guy completely ready to go. I want to go ahead and make a showcase video for this guy, just using him in various pieces of content, just to kind of see how he kind of performs. We'll try and use him in a couple different team variations, but mostly it's going to be pretty much focusing in on YUTA and seeing how he kind of performs, right? So I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and just run up in some content and see what we can do. Okay, first we're going to go up against the Formidable battle for the Where Shadows Fall Megumi event, just to see like what we can do against the highest difficulty of this. So the team that we're going to try and use is this. Let's try this one. So this is basically fully charging as much damage as possible into YUTA. So that's our whole goal here, is to see how much damage we can get with him. Of course, we've got the supporters here with Yaga, we've got Nanami, we've just got the whole squad ready to go. So we're just kind of trying to charge as much as possible. We do also have a healing recollection bit on Nanami. I really love that healing one. It's specifically really good. Oh, okay, let's just stop this real quick. It's very, very good in domain investigation, because every stage you can just use this at the start of the quest just to get a 30% HP recovery. It's ridiculously good. This one is going to be good. This is going to allow us to charge our ult gauge faster, so we will definitely use this. Let's just start off with a kick. We want to just charge some of our cursed energy. We don't need to use that, and we'll go ahead and charge some of this. Actually, because we have, I completely forgot that we have this guy. This is so good with this effect to just charge additional cursed energy for our guys. So let's just go ahead and do this. We can definitely you know, warrant using those skills instead of just charging cursed energy. But with YUTA, I mean, we have a lot of skills to look through here. So we've got this one here which just does physical damage, nothing crazy. This one is really good. Skill 2 is an AoE hit where it does damage to all enemies, as well as reducing their crit resistance. So that's really interesting. If you have other characters in the future that are going to be mainly focused on crits, that effect actually may come in clutch. And then it does have the potential effect to insta-kill enemies if they have low enough HP. And then, of course, we've got skill 3, which just does a ton of damage, 4 hits of damage, balancing between physical and cursed techniques. So that's the kind of thing about this guy, is you kind of want to have a mixture of cursed and physical buffs, so which is why Yaga is so good, because he does give buffs for both of those stats, as well as, you know, you've got Nanami, which does have the ability to give increased damage taken as well. So I'm not expecting is it Yuki? Yeah, Yuki. Yeah, I'm not expecting Yuki to survive this that much, because he's not really that high invested, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Because we have so much cursed energy, we can definitely just keep charging this over and over again. We can use this as well to potentially save some, but it's okay. We'll just go ahead and keep it. And remember with YUTA's kind of passive effect is, you can't actually see it here, which is a little unfortunate, but with YUTA's passive effect, anytime one of your characters falls below, I think it's like 60% HP, he uses 10 of his own cursed energy to then give your crew a heal, which is crazy, and we'll probably see that in this video today. Let's go ahead and charge a little bit of cursed energy here. We're just going to continuously buff our guys, get buffs every single turn. We're going to be continuously poisoned, which of course is a bit of an annoyance. Yuki's already got the special ready to go, and then you see coming in there, YUTA with the heal. Such a cool effect. I believe it does only occur 3 times per run, so do keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and use these effects. Let's go ahead and use, we probably want to save the ult when we use our ult with YUTA. We are very close to using it. But yeah, we definitely want to use it with YUTA. So let's go ahead and charge some more cursed energy, keep buffing ourselves. I just want to see how much damage we can get with YUTA. That's the goal here today. Let's just use this, that's fine. Keep charging that. Keep charging. Give us all those buffs. Bunch of damage coming in. Some stuns would be really terrible here. No stun, which is good. That is good to see. YUTA will get the ult in the next turn, which is pretty incredible how fast we're charging that. And then, of course, we have this recollection bit, which does give an additional 35% damage increase for our crew as well. So that's going to be really big, tying in that ult with YUTA. So we'll go ahead and use this, and then we'll just go ahead and use this. Why not? Why not? We shouldn't really take too much damage here, and even if we do fall below a certain threshold, we'll be able to get a little bit of heals back as well from YUTA, which is great. And there you go with the YUTA heal. So the enemy's about to do their ult, but let's go ahead once again. Go ahead and charge. You know, get some additional buffs for increased damage dealt with Nanami. We've got the buffs from physical and curse technique from Yaga. Then we'll go ahead and use our ult here, which is going to give additional damage increase. Cursed damage increase 64%. This is only at level 1, by the way. This could go even a lot higher for a total of 1 time, which is obviously going to tie with YUTA. We have the non-standard giving us 85% damage increase here with the ultimate skill. Let's not put it on 2x speed. So we actually haven't had a look at what the ultimate skill actually does. So we can have a look here, and it says it does ranged 1,888 damage. It's a level 9, of course, to slightly go up with 1 more level. It will negate the ability for your ult to be charged for the next 4 turns, but then during those next 4 turns, you get a buff to your physical and your cursed technique damage. So he's all about using that ult and then using the rest of your skills to do as much damage as possible, which makes sense because the normal skills that this character has are amazing. Of course, you got skill 2 being AoE, you got skill 3, which does a ton of physical and cursed technique damage. So without further ado, we've got our, what's it called again? The, I can't even remember the name. The hollow purple recollection bit, whatever it is. And let's go ahead and use the ult. It is pure love. Let's see what kind of damage we can do here. Very excited to see how much damage we can provide here. Of course, we've got this. It's going to give a massive damage increase to our crew. Here we go. Look at this ultimate, though. This ultimate looks crazy. How much damage do we get? 1.47. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Of course, you got to remember that even after using Gojo for so long since the release of the game, when you equate the fact that, you know, Gojo, even though his multipliers are a lot less than what YUTA has, it's the fact that Gojo has such inflated stats in this game, which means that those low multiplier attacks seem like they're actually doing a lot. But that's the main difference there. But honestly, seems pretty good to me. That was a heck of a lot of damage. And now remember, we have massive damage increase for the next 4 turns. So this ability from YUTA, which is going to do a bunch of physical and curse technique damage, really excited to see actually how much damage that's actually going to do when we get a chance to roll around with that, especially because we've got the double ult here coming in from Nanami and Yaga. So that's going to give us a bunch of additional damage as well. So YUTA's skill 3 here is kind of going to pop off, I feel. This should do quite a lot. So we've got this, obviously. I'm keeping it on 1x speed because I want to actually see the damage numbers in real time. Okay, use all that. That was pretty good. That was, okay, 350,000 just from skill 3. That's pretty decent, honestly. And then, of course, we'll just go ahead and finish it off here. We'll use skill 3 once again. Bing bong, and that's going to be that. Pretty impressive, honestly. Like, the fact that we have such a really good red DPS now, whew. I mean, like, you've got Gojo being blue, you've got the incomplete domain Megumi being yellow, and now you've got this guy being red. I mean, you got a really nice DPS now for basically every color. We do need a really good green DPS. That is probably what we need. I guess kind of Itadori kind of falls into that category, but even still, I mean, Itadori is not the best DPS, so this guy's pretty crazy. Alright, so I actually haven't even taken on this event yet, so I'm actually really excited to see what we're going to do here. So this is a pretty challenging one. This is one of those massive, like, formidable battle kind of things. We're going to try this team out just to see how we go. Of course, we've got Yaga, we've got Nanami. Those characters are pretty strong. Of course, you could probably switch them out for whatever you want. I feel like Yaga is a mainstay in most teams. It is a bit of a shame that I've only pulled, you know, 2 additional copies of him, but it is what it is, you know. This is the squad that we'll roll with. We'll see what happens. In this one, I kind of want to see how the AoE damage of YUTA goes. Because he does have skill 2, which does do AoE damage, and I feel like there are a lot of enemies that we have to deal with in this one. And of course, we've got Yaga and Nanami, which can consistently buff our guys. So I guess we'll see what happens. I'm not too sure what to expect here. Let's see. We'll skip that. Let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so it's just this wave. All of them are weak to blue, so Gojo probably not the best choice in this one. We'll see what happens. And then we do have, of course, Megumi in the back, which does have super effective damage against these guys. I guess we'll just go ahead and start buffing. There's not really much else we can do here. We can actually use this as well, which is going to give the increased ult. So we'll probably do that so we can get our ult as fast as we possibly can. And let's go ahead and use this skill too, which of course is going to do 125% curse technique damage to all enemies. And it will go ahead and reduce their crit rate by 15%. Reduce their crit resistance by 15%. And then we'll do that. And let's just start charging Gojo because that's what Gojo does, right? Okay, it's going to give us additional ult gauge for the next 2 turns, which is a very, very powerful effect. Okay, so that wasn't... Oh, that was not too bad for AoE damage. And he's going to be really good against, like, really low mob stages, like, really weak mob stages. He's going to just dominate against that. We do have to be careful about cursed energy, though, because we don't have Yuki on this team, so we have to be careful in terms of how we're kind of charging our cursed energy. So we'll go ahead and just take this time just to... Well, actually, no, yeah. Let's just keep our cursed energy. Let's go ahead and start targeting Mechamaru, I suppose. What does this effect do? Counterattack status. When attacked by any melee attack, it will defend and counterattack. Okay, well that's good to know. Let's just target Mechamaru, and then we'll use this to... Well, we're resistant against everything. Let's just start targeting Mech. Try and get one of them down. Like try and break them at least. And then, of course, remember that when any of these guys fall below 60% health, you know, YUTA is going to provide health, which is going to be powerful. Unfortunately, Nanami did get paralyzed or immobilized, which is a bit of a shame. Let's buff everyone. Let's use the AoE technique once again, and then we can do another melee skill here, and then we can charge for the next 2 turns, so that we're using the Pride Recollection bit on Gojo to charge him up. So we should... Do we get a charge this turn? We do get a heal. Yep, beautiful. Okay, very, very good. We will get our ult next turn, which is pretty fast, actually. It's pretty fast. We can potentially heal as well with the Recollection bit, but I'm not expecting to use it yet. We do have Old Mate using their skill at the back. Is that the evasion status? Evasion status. Oh, that is annoying. So, she can't be hit. That's really, really annoying for Mai. Okay, we can actually break this guy at least. We can break Mechamaru, so we don't have to deal with his attack. What's her name again? Miwa. Yeah, Miwa's not going to do a counterattack status here, which is good. So let's go ahead and just kick. You can use this because we didn't use it last turn. Should we use this again? We are going to be dealt with an ult. So I think I'm just going to use this. And then I'm going to start charging you because you're almost ready for your ultimate. Okay. Break mech. How much damage is this going to do? That was actually pretty solid damage. Bit of heal from YUTA. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And now Miwa is about to use her ultimate skill, but we do have the double ult coming in. So let's go ahead and bring it. Let's do this. Okay, let's do some AoE damage. Gojo doesn't have his recollection bit ready yet. Okay, let's just use you, and then we will charge you up one more time, and then we'll use Gojo's ult in the next turn. Hopefully, we can get Yuta to break Miwa so that she doesn't use her ult this turn. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Let's put it on 1x speed. Did I get it? I did get it on 1x speed. Beautiful. The animation looks so clean, dude. It looks clean. Oh my god, it just said goodbye. He just deleted all of them. Oh my god, okay, well, look, this was only like the first level of this, so it was the easiest version of it, but man, like, just absolutely decimated these guys, and we did get the recollection bit for beating it as well. I'm not really too sure if this one's good or not. Let's go ahead and have a look. If you use it, it will apply draw attack for 2 times. That's actually pretty good, and a 20% decreased damage taken. That's not bad if you're looking at more tanky rolls, and when the battle starts, applies a 9% damage taken decrease to all allies other than self. So, providing, you know, damage reduction to your allies, and then this effect when you potentially use your command skill, draw attack, decrease damage for self. I mean, if there ever becomes a really good tank character in the future, like that potentially wants to take hits to do stuff, this could be good, but at the moment, probably not the best. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and run some domain investigation with YUTA. This is the hardest difficulty, and look, even though the double drops on domain investigation are currently turned off, I just wanted to run it anyway, just to see how he kind of performs in this. Very, very interested to see how this goes. And of course, in domain investigation, these type of recollection bits that give you like substantial buffs, like really good healing, or the charging of ult gauge, these are going to be so busted in domain investigation. So let's go ahead and just do a bunch of AoEs on this guy. Let's see what kind of damage we can kind of do here. This is the first stage of the hardest difficulty.
So okay damage from you, but this is super effective damage. And oh my god, just almost got the initial one hit. That's crazy, dude. Are you kidding me? Oh man, this is gonna be easy. Yuta's gonna destroy Domain Investigation, man. That's crazy. Before pulling Yuta, this was a very annoying stage because I basically had no good red attackers, and because of the proficiency of us killing, means that we don't really have to pick up the recovery effect every time we move on to a new stage. So it means we could use it on damage reduction, or we could use it on damage taken. I mean, we'll probably just take a damage dealt increase. That's probably going to be the best way to go here. Alright, area 2. What are they weak to? They are weak to green this time. So that's, obviously we don't really have any good green units, so it's kind of whatever. Let's run it. Let's just do the same thing. Charge, alt, and then we'll do AoE, and then that's pretty much it. Let's see how we go. And also, obviously, yeah, like, look, I'm just dumbfounded at how fast we're charging our alt gauge as well. It's just crazy. Okay, so we'll do this. Charge our alt once more. AoE, and let's see what happens. Increase damage. Bop. Okay, so that was nowhere near as good as the last unit, and we got stunned a bunch of times as well. Okay, so not as proficient as it was last time, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll do this. We do have our ult here with Megumi. I think we probably will use the ultimate skill, because we get it back so fast. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Megumi should break that unit, and then we'll go ahead and target you. They are potentially stunned, but we do still get the hit off with Nanami at least. Okay, so you're dead. Nanami's got his ult as well. And then, okay. And then Yuta says, piss off, get out of here, out of my face. Okay. That was awesome. So, what's his name? Megumi took a little bit of damage there, but it's okay. We probably don't need to pick up the healing effect because we do have the recollection bit that can provide healing for us. That's cool. We'll just take the damage dealt increase again. Let's just get as strong as we possibly can here. Let's go area 3. Okay, we've got a bunch of dudes. They are weak to green once again. We'll just run the same squad. There's no need to change that. Let's run it. Let's see what we got. And of course, once we get to near the end is usually where I like to put Gojo in. But now that we've got Yuta, things are going to be a lot easier. Yuta's got his ultimate skill, which we could just use his ult here and just win. I think is not a terrible idea. But we also could save it for the next stage. No, I think we should use it here because this is stage 3. Yeah, okay, let's heal. Do this. Do this. Just do this because why not? And then we'll go ahead and use the ult. And then this will 100% kill everyone. No issues at all. This is going to do so much goddamn damage. I love the animation of this ult too. It looks incredible, dude. It looks so good. Okay, get out of my face. Unfortunately, it does mean that Yuta has no ult gauge, but that's okay. We should be able to charge it in stage 4, and then on stage 5, we should get it back pretty early. So that is the goal. Okay, so what do we got here? We got some more goodies. We love those domain coins. Medium damage increase this time. Okay, so we're getting pretty strong. Area 4, who we got? We got the boar guy. Okay, that's fine. Weak to green once again, which is kind of like whatever. But Megumi hasn't got much of his ult at the moment either because we did use it in stage 2. I actually didn't see how much ult gauge Megumi had. Where is he at? Okay, yeah, it's barely charged. We could use Nanami's ult here as well. There's not much reason to do it, but I guess we could. It's probably better to just charge everyone else's damage. They're all resistant to red. That actually kind of sucks. Let's see how much damage we can do here. Yeah, not much, but if we do that same thing next turn... Oh, okay, Yaga is looking a little low there. The heal coming in from Yuta is great, but the immobilization really does suck. We will use the heal. And then hopefully this kills the ants. I hope that Megumi kills the ants, but it's going to be close. He does kill the ants. That's good, and we got the break on them as well. All right, let's just do some normal attacks. Do this, then that should kill. Beautiful. You absolutely love to see it. Megumi does have his ult as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Gojo on the bench and not even bring him in because Megumi's good to go. We're going to use his ult. Maybe not straight away because we probably want to give him some buffs first. Maybe on turn 2 we'll do it. Let's see. Let's get the crit damage increase.
Okay, the crit rate, should I say, not crit damage. Area 5. So this should be pretty straightforward, I think, but we'll see. Switch you out for Gojo, of course. And then we'll put in the Pride Recollection bit. Yuta almost has his ultimate skill once again, which is kind of crazy. Like, how fast. Like, that Recollection bit that I did pull during the Yuta pulls is cracked. Putting in some work. Okay, so we've got a bunch of ults ready to go. I feel like it wouldn't even be a terrible idea to just use them off the cuff here. We could do that. Let's do this on you. And then I will use this on you. And then, I mean, there's not we could do this to decrease the crit resistance on them. That's actually kind of clutch. Okay, so this is not going to do too much, but it's more just about, you know, getting to use the ults here, which does apply a little bit of damage increase, damage decrease on their side of the field and stuff. All the good stuff, you know. Increasing their damage dealt. Bop. So nothing crazy there. And then Yuta has his ultimate skill, so that's great. We can use the double ult next turn, as long as the evasion status... The one at the back can sometimes put the evasion status, which is kind of annoying. So this guy puts up a shield. I don't even know what shield does. Decreases damage taken by 4,904. That's it. So it's like a flat value. Okay, that's completely okay with me. We don't need to use the recollection bit to heal. We're looking pretty good there. And then we can use this on you. And then we can use this on you. And let's see what happens. This should do a ton of damage, especially because of all of the buffs that were picked up along the way as well. So that's not going to do too much. Here's Yuta. Hopefully break their barrier at least. Oh my god. See you later, alligator. Co-op ult, let's go. Nice, alright. Looking good, looking good. Give us some buffs. And of course, we've got this. So, the thing about, when you have the domain up with Megumi, this first skill becomes insane, where it does 80% damage taken increase to that target enemy for 3 turns. Like, that is cracked. Even though this effect does like a lot more damage, using him as a more of a supporter role to make your other DPSs hit way harder is pretty cracked. Now this is going to do a lot. Well, at least I'm hoping it does a lot. Let's see. Okay, and then Yuta does how much? Break him. 242,000. Alright. Again, buff. Do it again. Just give him... So you can just continuously use this because it does stack over 3 turns. Another 80% damage taken increase. Let's do it. And while we have this domain up as well, we're just doing more damage with that too. There you go, 267. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And it's over. It was so easy. Yuta absolutely destroys Domain Investigation. The fact that you have such a strong character that doesn't go away like Gojo with his passive skill, it's a huge difference, man. It really is. And that's pretty much about it, man. That's how it goes. And I can definitely understand why people are saying to save for this guy. He is a beast. And the other thing about it as well is that once you get him, if you see here at the Awakening level 2, you get an initial 10 cursed energy when you start your runs. That is a big deal in the context of his auto skills, with this one right here, where it says that, you know, when an ally has less than 60%, you will go ahead and give them a heal and stuff, and it costs 10 cursed energy to himself. So the fact that you're starting with an initial cursed energy buff of 10 means that this skill is just going to be more potent, because obviously every time you use one of your normal skills, you're using your cursed energy, but if you get an initial 10, you basically get like a free heal along the way. So it really does make a big difference too. And of course, when he triggers this, he also gets a physical and cursed technique increase. Like, this guy just does a lot of stuff. And the fact that he doesn't run away like Gojo is another big deal too. He just does a lot of damage. He's got healing effects. He's got just AoE stuff as well. Like, there's a lot to love about this guy. That's my breakdown and showcase of Yuta. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about it down below in the comment section. Hopefully you guys out there got really good luck on your pulls. Really hope you did. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video though. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more Jujutsu Kaisen fan and parade content, make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.